Hello and welcome to the workshop. It is a massive mess. But over here is my textiles project. I have a bunch of rusty stuff in half water, half vinegar, and I've got my shirt ends and sleeves dipped into the rust pile because I just want the ends of it stained with rust. Though I feel like the water has absorbed really high up this. I don't know if you can see there's a rust line here for where the water's gone up, so interesting. These are some scraps I've wrapped around rusty drill bits. They're a bit moist and gross. The collar, which I was testing the rusting method on, this feels really stiff. It's supposed to be like a nice soft rayon, so I need to do a salt bath to set the rust and then wash it as well. Over here is my pants with some rusty stuff on them. I've already rusted one side, so now I'm rusting the other. All of this is all iron powder. That seems to be the most successful thing for rusting. Whereas I think because these pieces are already rusting, there's not a lot of pattern transferring. So you need stuff that is not completely rusted, but on its way, it seems, in order to get the full effect. But we'll see how this goes. It's a whole big experiment. Fun stuff. So right now we are attending to the rust bath. I should probably wear a glove for this because I've got to pull out all these rusty bits of metal so I can put my linen pants in the juice. This one is the scary one. Some of these didn't rust. I think they have a surface coat on them. Anyway, textiles today was very productive. I'd already cut up the skirt with the intention of sewing it today. Oh my god, there's thumbtacks in here. So we sewed the skirt by pulling it apart at the seams, re-hemming it, re-top stitching it, and then attaching 2 extra strips of cut up skirt as like ties. So it's now it's a waistband essentially. It's like a cummerbund kind of thing, made out of the denim skirt. That, and I cut up and sewed the base for the hood and the little cloak thing. Much faster using the industrial machines at school. So this is the pattern we have on the pants currently. There are some funky stains, all of those nails, but it's not consistent. It's like I figured out how to put rust patterns on things, you know, with all these nails and bolts and stuff, but not how to dye it. So I'm gonna try, you know, this bucket is full of juice. Yeah, that's all that rust juice. So we're gonna dunk it. we're gonna dunk it in there and see what happens. All right, it's soaked up all the juice. It's now very damp. Just chuck some more rusty stuff on top to like weigh it down, and I'm wetting it down with a mixture of water and vinegar. So vinegar. And if I just keep spraying this for the next day or so, hopefully it'll stain nice. Hopefully. So not much to report in design class today. Submitted the first of 2 assignments on Sunday. It was due at like 11:59 p.m. and like I uploaded it and everything, and then I was like doing other stuff on the computer, and then I tabbed back to it like 20 minutes before it was due and realized I hadn't actually pressed the submit button. I'd only uploaded it, but we uploaded it in time, so that's fine. That was the entire fashion history module, and now we're going to expand on it in assessment 2. So that's what we did today, is start assessment 2. So essentially taking those influential moments, so the Ballet Rouge, World War II, the subculture explosion, and expanding upon those. That's task 1. And then task 2 is to discuss like construction techniques and changes throughout those periods as well. It's all kind of relates, it's like expanding upon. So essentially we can reuse the content we'd already done and expand upon that. And then the third thing will be picking 3 influential designers from the 20th century and talking about their developments and their history and everything there. And those 3 things are done over 1, 2, 3 weeks. So today was week 1, and we've got week 2, week 3, and then that's it for the semester. And you submit it all by the end of that week. So it's coming together. My eternal quest of finding a silly filter that doesn't make my eyes look like moons, but this one's okay. So the last class of today was CAD class, so continuing on with Photoshop. In this instance, we were getting a scanned-in line drawing and cleaning it up using Photoshop's tools, like erasing rough edges, redrawing with the brush tool, like removing anti-aliasing, filling it in with textures and stuff, and rendering out as if you were doing like a paper render, but digitally. And I kind of struggle with this because I have very poor hand control with the mouse. I use like a little tiny old school bamboo drawing tablet at home. So I'm going to see if I can bring it in next week and see if it's compatible with the school computers without me having to install any drivers. Because trying to draw with a mouse, not great for me. So I didn't get a huge amount done there today. But otherwise I kind of get Photoshop, I suppose, so it's just kind of practice and learning the shortcuts and things. So yeah, that was it today. The grind continues. I've got to keep doing that design presentation and keep documenting my textiles work with my juice. Me and the juice. Alright, here is the 3D printer. It is a Prusa i3 filament style printer, and what we're currently printing is some tattered lace. Well, we're going to try print some tattered lace. I don't know how successful this is going to be, but we're trying to make something that is flexible, so we'll see. But the filament feeds in from these boxes at the top. I just changed over this copper colored one because I thought that would look cool. There are 2 different types of plastic in there. This is PLA and this is PETG, so polyurethane like plastic bottles, and polyamide here. So they have different melting temperatures, different properties. PLA you can smooth out with acetone, for example. Oh, is that ABS? But yeah, they behave differently. And then they're in like a little quality humidity controlled box. All this stuff my partner built because he's super into this stuff. So it just keeps it from drying out and cracking. So it's only gets exposed for this little period here. And then gets fed through the printer, which it's a really hot extruder head inside. And this print bed is warmed up as well. So it just kind of extrudes out in a little layer and solidifies on the plate. You do all sorts of patterns with it, so we're going to see how well the lace goes. Yeah, boy! Happy Friday. Finished pattern making class. What did we do? We did a skirt variation and a new block today, which is a single dart skirt. And we looked at ways we can manipulate the dart to either add flare to the skirt, flare and volume with pivoting techniques, and how to add design features like front panels, fake pocket flaps, that kind of thing. And I've officially run out of pages in my book. I can't fit any more pages in there. So I might need to get another book. Just kind of continue on from there. I was hoping to have one book per semester, but too productive. Sewing yesterday. Pretty much finished almost everything, to be honest. So I redid and fixed up some of the samples that I had feedback on. So undoing the hems on like an apron, re-overlocking it so it's neater, redoing the hem so it's not as janky as it used to be. Though the 3-step zip, I had to unpick and redo that thing like 4 times just to try and get straight lines. Because I originally had them, they were very straight lines, but they were too close to the teeth of the zip, so it just kind of kept getting caught in the fabric. So I fixed that, but caused another problem by not having straight lines. But we eventually got it. Reorganizing my book. And then did 2 more samples, so we were really productive. The other 2 samples were a shirt maker collar, so like a regular button-up collar, but a different way of attaching it, such that all of the ugly hems and stuff are all tucked up inside it without having a back neck facing to hide it all. Little fiddly, but it does look neat. And then the last one was doing zips again, but an invisible zip technique, which is the only way I know how to do zips, so luckily that was pretty straightforward. But I think that means that next week, unless we have more samples, which I don't think we do, I think I just show up, give her my folder, and I'm done. Like, there's supposed to be 2 more weeks left, but the last week is for resits, so I guess we'll find out if I have to do any resitting or resubmissions, so yeah. Juice check.